What's so funny? I just started. I had a whole thing prepared, Fantasy, and look at you.
No, I'm sorry.
What's so funny in the back of the class there, Mr. Liam?
I pulled a Jake. I wasn't ready. And I'm just looking at pregnant Pikachu. That's all. Someone
This team is breaking our brains. Jake's deep.
You know what? I didn't even. Why is there a cat in the evolution image in the top left? Yeah, it's just a cat. I didn't even see that.
Sexy cat.
Sexy cat. That should be a Pichu or a Raichu up there, not a cat.
But instead, it's a pregnant Pikachu.
It's
it's really,
I guess it
really
is.
haunting.
They started the year yelling at Liam for the losing streak. Unfortunately, that has not subsided in recent days. This past week, Liam has David Perdue, no wrongdoing, totally exonerated. Now I think the ire of the fan base might be turning towards our very own Jake Wallinger if he keeps going out of pocket with these Bregman pictures. However, maybe because he is posting the pictures, that means that Bregman is doing well, and then maybe the team is doing well. So, catch-22 here.
It's good if you're seeing pregnant cartoon characters on your timeline. It is. There's no other way to spin it.
How bad do you want it? How bad do you want the Red Sox to win?
I mean, that's the question. That's the pregnant cartoon characters will continue until morale improves. Right? And frankly, they'll continue after morale improves.
They're going to continue one way or the other. Because, listen, we're sitting here Tuesday night, just before 8:30. It's the bottom of the fifth, after a dog shit game Monday in Tampa at Steinbrenner Field. It's 6-2 Red Sox, thanks in large part to Alex Bregman's offensive output. So people keep complaining, oh my God, I just wanted the Red Sox to be good. I thought this year was going to be different. It's over. I just want them to play well, meaningful baseball into the fall. Are you willing to be subjected to pregnant Dr. Doofenshmirtz being held and caressed by Perry the Platypus? How bad do you want it?
This is what it takes. This is the price.
Right?
It's the price we pay.
This is the sliding doors moment. This is the delta where it changes. It's which way, Western man?
Listen, am I proud of the pregnant cartoon character images? A little, yes. I actually like how disgusted everybody is every time it happens.
It's called we do a little trolling.
We do a little trolling.
Brings me great joy.
And people have been yelling at us, Liam, you and I, being like you got to stop Jake. Like DM chats, like replies, they've saying like Jake's taking this too far, and like they have no idea I'm enabling this. They have no idea.
I'm telling you, I was gonna say Sunday night, you both were pulling up pregnant cartoons on your public servers. So
to be fair to both of you, though, nobody has ever tweeted a pregnant cartoon character other than me. Like I'm hitting tweet on all.
You've actually
pushed
the button.
The trigger.
Yeah,
Fitz hasn't pulled the trigger.
But
he loaded the gun. I'm
like Oppenheimer. Fitz is my
Josh Peck, like 15 seconds, like
yeah. You're my Kenneth Branagh. Can you hear the music?
Do you hear the music, Mr. Wong? Do you hear the pregnant Mike Wazowski?
Yes, I hear it.
Oh, goodness gracious. That is Branch Rickey, a.k.a. Jake, not racist here. Happy Jackie Robinson Day.
So it's Harrison. It's actually, just to clarify, it's the Harrison Ford Branch Rickey, not the actual
not
man.
The real Branch
but Rickey. It's Harrison Ford portraying Branch Rickey. That's my name today.
We're also joined by Rymel Tapia, a.k.a. Liam. I am Carson Smith, a.k.a. Fitz. I am not throwing my glove to injure my elbow. I think that's what it was, or shoulder.
Yeah.
He got injured in a stupid way back in the day. Carson Smith, Red Sox mid-2010s legend. But this is Pod on Lansdowne. We're happy you could join us for this edition of the program.
Happy Jackie Robinson Day.
Happy Jackie Robinson Day, absolutely. And shout out to the folks in the YouTube chat, Pod on Lansdowne on YouTube. We stream these episodes.
Wokeness.
In DEI.
Shout out DEI as well, yeah.
Yes. Every Tuesday night, we record the episodes of our program on YouTube before they publish Wednesday morning wherever you get your podcasts. This episode of the podcast specifically, we have a special guest, Tyler, the Red Sox sign guy. We spoke to him for about 45 minutes going into his process of designing really, really cool, unique signs. If you're on Red Sox Twitter, you probably noticed about a week and change ago after the Sunday night game against the Cardinals, the last time anything good had happened with this team, it certainly feels like, Christian Campbell was holding a Campbell soup sign. Tyler made that bad boy. The Hulkamania sign from last year, that was Tyler. The Dom Smith signs that you saw last year at Fenway Park, that was Tyler. Any cool, unique, creative sign that you've seen in the stands, the grandstands, the bleachers of America's
The
most
Preggy for
beloved
Biggie
ballpark?
sign you're going to see 3 weeks
to
from
be.
now? Tyler.
Soon to be. Yes. Yeah, Jake gave some sales pitches like it was Shark Tank for some
It just
ideas.
kept coming. The ideas kept coming to him.
It was an excellent conversation with Tyler, though. That's coming on later in the program. We're very excited for you folks to hear that. And if you were already here in the YouTube chat, you already did hear it. So, again, next week, come join the YouTube chat and hang out. First things first, though, before we get to that fun kind of stuff, we kind of have to take our medicine here. Usually I try to think of something creative or some overarching topic to lead us into the general Red Sox discussion of the week that was. I got nothing this week, man. What a fucking Again, I try not to get too sports talk radio on this show, and I understand it is still early in the season. All of these things that we're going to mention, we should probably at least have that caveat in there. But my God, Liam, what an embarrassing week to be a fan of this organization. That was just simply bad. Adam in the YouTube chat asks, can we skip the Red Sox talk? Listen, we'll have enough pod off Lansdowne stuff.
Listen, I wish, pal. I wish.
We'll have enough later in the program. But Liam, before we get into some of the people talking, I just want to hear from you generally speaking, because people lit up the phone lines looking to complain to us, and I do want to get to the folks in a second. But Liam, what a dog shit week.
I have to say, and I truly believe this, it's a tinfoil hat moment. The last week of Red Sox baseball has been brought to you by Ted Sarandos and Netflix to get you to remember and watch a docuseries about the 2024 Red Sox. Because, guys, I was living it the last week. I didn't need to watch the docuseries. I saw everything I needed to out on the field. It looked like meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Sloppy defense, no timely hitting, pitching, guys just throwing cement mixers. Just not a lot of good to take from it, quite frankly.
Two things. First and foremost, I forgot who Ted Sarandos was for a second, and I thought you were talking about George Soros, and I was like, that's kind of weird. But then I remembered, so don't worry about it. Second,
well, we are on George Soros' payroll,
too.
so
yeah, we are. Second, why is a bad pitch called a cement mixer? Does anyone know?
That's a good pick. I tweeted over the weekend when Aroldis Chapman gave up that walk-off hit. It was a cement mixer. It technically wasn't because it was a splitter. A cement mixer is just a hanging slider.
It's usually a slider.
Why?
Yeah.
How is that
a cement mixer rotates the cement slowly.
Okay, I'm not resold. I don't think, but thank you.
My favorite.
The best description I got.
My favorite word for a pitch that hangs. Some might call it a meatball. I like to call it a cookie.
I like a cookie.
That was a fucking cookie. Of course, he hit it over into New Hampshire. That was a fucking cookie. Well, I will say we did call out the call to action was put out on Twitter at Pod on Lansdowne after that Aroldis Chapman walk-off on Saturday to clinch the series loss to a team coming off of a 121-loss season, the Chicago White Sox. Some people did call the voicemail line. We got 4 voicemails.
Whoa.
People
are angry.
Shit.
People are angry.
Let's play them right now. I know it's awkward, chat. It takes me a second to... It's going to sound so much better on the actual podcast. I'm excited to... I have not listened to these yet. So.
Oh, okay.
How the hell do you get walked off by the freaking White Sox? This is unbelievable. It's so hard not to crash out over a series in April, but this shit is ridiculous.
That's one. Oh, I have the nested game in the background. That's why it's like randomly like, why do I hear like what are those random sounds?
Hey, Red Sox fans. So we lost to a game to the White Sox in April. Not that big a deal, but people are crashing out, understandably. My only advice is find a healthy coping mechanism. It's good. I don't need one myself, but like I know it's helped other people. So whether that's like going for a walk, cooking, baking, calling a loved one on the phone, like just attach a ritual that makes you happy to the Red Sox losing, and then you engage in that ritual so you can be happy instead of like kind of crashing out. Like I said, I've done all the metacognition necessary to figure out I don't need any of these crutches when the Red Sox lose because I'm a balanced person.
I might splice that one down a little bit to keep the episode flowing, but
He sounds really well adjusted. That guy. He doesn't sound like he's
He
gonna
was
kill someone at
crashing
all.
out.
Pete Fancy is still the hitting coach
That-
this time next week.
that might be
I'm
evidence
taking the
soon.
fucking Green Monster blue.
this one's pretty good. Did you hear that one?
No, go back.
No.
Sorry.
If Pete Fancy is still the hitting coach this time next week, I'm painting the fucking Green Monster blue.
Hi, Phil from Connecticut here, long-time listener, first-time caller. And I gotta say, if the boys don't start hitting within the next week, the great state of Connecticut will have to disown Pete Fatsy. I'm sorry, it just has to be done. Thank you, guys. Go Sox.
How about that?
Seems
back in a
reasonable to
second.
me. Yeah.
The stream. Penguin, I love the stream of consciousness. All right, we're back in a few seconds. So, Jake, they're not happy. They're not happy, Jake.
No, but I mean, it all seems reasonable to me. I did nothing there said.
Especially the self-help there. Like, good advice
It's
there.
good advice. Take a walk, call a loved one.
Listen, that's what I did on Monday. I said I took Marshall out for a walk. I was listening to it on EEI. Marshall was shitting out the actual results of the game because it was dog shit. It was a bad night. I just came in. They were down. I think at that point it may have been like fucking like 9-1 at that point, 11, whatever it was. I laughed. I put it down. It may have even been 13 now that I think about it. I turned the game off, just put on the show. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to watch good baseball. And that good baseball is me grinding MLB The Show missions. It's called self-care, and that guy had a point. And thank you for those who called into the voicemail line, 617-420-2431. Just frustrating. And Liam, you put the hammer on the head there. One of the things over the past few days that have really driven me up a wall, the strikeouts are bad. Some of the pitching has not been up to snuff. It's the fucking defense. Like,
Lead the league in errors again, too.
I cannot believe we're doing this again. Because the season started out well on defense. We were excited. I'm sure if you go back 2 episodes, you'll say, like, hey, it was a tough outcome against Texas, but it's so nice to be able to see a left side of the infield that's playing well. And then fast forward however many days, Alex Bregman is leading the team in errors at third base. He came into tonight having 4 errors, I believe. I mean, man, that's the most frustrating thing to me about this entire tough stretch. That aspect of it is probably the most frustrating. That the defense is
not the losing 16-1. That wasn't frustrating to you.
I knew you were gonna do that fucking Norm Macdonald joke.
Not the hypocrisy.
I knew it. Yeah, the hypocrisy. Yeah.
I honestly, overall, I think the defense genuinely only bothered me Monday night when it really. I do think over the weekend when I realized I saw someone put it on the timeline, or maybe
It was bad over the weekend too.
They mentioned it on the broadcast that we led the league in errors again. I'm like, already? Fucking first week we looked great. So yeah, it's really only kind of reared its ugly head over the last 4 to 5 days. But
throwing the ball
boy.
around, booting, like a couple of the plays have been a little tough, but still like. And Will Fleming made a point on the EI, or maybe it was Middlebrooks rather, that like you expect some growing pains with giving the job to Christian Campbell, which I understand, but man, it's like it's the one aspect of the game where you directly can improve yourself with pitching and hitting both exclusively. It depends on what you're facing on the other side, and you can't teach speed. What you can teach is defensive fundamentals. That's frustrating.
I mean, you heard Cora say it post game Monday night. He was just like, he took all the blame for it, and I know Story kind of covered for him after the fact, but he was like, they didn't look ready, like flat out. I feel like that sounds like such a, I don't know, like football or basketball analysis take, but like they just didn't look ready to play last night.
Pot on Lansdowne
first pitch. Yeah. It was just like, I don't know. They looked distant. They looked uninterested. It was the entire infield.
Is disinterested different than uninterested?
I don't know. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I know. I heard you. I saw the gears.
I wasn't sure.
Going your head there.
I wasn't sure.
Here, what? Like, Liam, keep talking. I'll find out.
Thanks. No, that was like an autocorrect as I was speaking. But everything looked flat last night. You would have thought after Sunday, Crochet throws an absolute gem.
Wonderful game.
Wonderful game.
That I know Will Fleming did jinx. He said no hitter multiple times on. Yeah,
everyone was saying it. We can get into that in a sec. But you would have thought, like, all right, riding high, not to be like, oh, we got some momentum after avoiding a sweep from the White Sox. We would have thought after a performance like that, where one guy carries the team, you think like, oh, the other guy's going to rally around him, fucking show up Monday night. That just flat out didn't happen. And we can talk about Houck in a second too, but serious. The alarm bells are ringing off the hook.
No, I might.
We need once Bay. I think that's the Bayo move. Like just Phantom IL, because the spring was
bring Dobbins up for Fitz.
Yeah,
and Dobbins is taking Fitz starts.
Yeah,
we could get into that
because it also sounds like Giolito's not far behind, so he'll be here soon.
Yeah.
Well, Cutter on the other hand looks.
Well, get Nuka. I need Nukem out of there too. He's nuts.
Do we want to quickly, maybe in a bridged version?
Sorry, Fitz. I'm sorry. A lot of shit's going bad, Fitz. Sorry.
in a bridged version of Fuck With, Don't Fuck With, because we don't have our typical second segment because of Tyler's interview, but I do want to get into Fuck With, Don't Fuck With on the week. That seems like a good transition.
Yeah, I don't know what I fucked with this week. I got to rack my brain a little bit. But sure.
What did I fuck? I fucked with Garrett Crochet. I did not fuck with Tanner Houck.
I fucked. All right. Yeah. I fucked with. I didn't fuck with a lot. I fucked with. Devers looks fixed for the most part, so I fucked with that. And I didn't fuck with Newcomb. That's not a major league ball player. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, don't fuck with the
Local
defense.
boy?
I already kind of went into it there. I'm fucking with Trevor Story. I will say that. Trevor Story.
Oh, yeah.
Had himself a good little week to walk
All
off
the
on.
offense on Sunday.
Walk off on
My
Thursday
face
was
is
great.
red.
Yep.
My face is red on that one.
Yeah, you were ready to send him to Guangdong.
Sorry,
I mean, it's good.
but you know what?
I've
changed my opinion.
That's happened twice now with Jake this season. He needs to keep doing it, and then
I've changed my opinion, which is big of me. So
Yes.
So let's say good job, Jake. Thank you.
Good job, Jake. So actually, that's a good segue, Jake, into what I wanted to pick your let you know about, or pick your brain about rather. Can't fucking talk today. You said you were ready to crash out on this show. You haven't totally crashed out.
Well, Fitz, I was being professional in an interview. I was talking about pregnant cartoon characters.
Well, we're 20 minutes into this, and you haven't.
Yeah. No, I guess. I mean, okay, here we go. You ready? Are we all ready? I think the pitching is mostly an abomination outside of Garrett Crochet. And Dick Fitz was good this year. Of course, he's hurt now. But other than that, I mean, okay, I've said this on the show before, and I'm ready to preach it again. I don't know where the fuck the narrative of the Red Sox pitching lab how that narrative even sort of exists.
The West Coast road trip. That's all it was last year.
It was about 2 weeks last April where it looked like they turned like two pitchers in. They made Tanner Houck and Cutter Crawford good, and one is the worst fucking pitcher in baseball now, and the other lasted about 3 months. So that's like who? What success stories do that? Justin Slayton, I guess. Nice. I'd like more than one in a 2-year fucking span. Like, I don't know what they are doing. They're making good pitchers bad, too. That's another thing they're doing. Tanner Houck stinks now. His pitch, I saw a chart of his pitch chart from last year compared to this year. He's just straight up throwing meatballs. Like, he's not, nothing's moving.
Everything was flat Monday night.
Oh my God, it's flat.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Because the spin
like a
rate
surfboard.
The spin rate and other underlining numbers, because I wrote this in the brushback
His
after
velo's fine. I was
start
watching his velo
before this
last
past
night.
one. Like, it looked like, okay, the stuff under the hood, maybe it's starting to get a little bit better. Maybe he's starting to get some of the rust off. At that time, I didn't have a crystal ball, Jake. Hand up. Didn't have a fucking crystal ball.
Let's play
Had no
red or
idea.
blue. Let's play red or blue on Savant. Want to play red or blue?
My guess for all of them is blue.
So, Fitz, you're wrong. He does have one red stat here, and that's ground ball percentage.
Well, that's
Hey.
nice. But the thing is,
Tanner,
with Houck,
give Tanner a fucking round.
there are some guys who can live like that by initiating ground balls and whatnot. I fear that Tanner Houck is not going to be that guy. This is not to say that all of his swing and
what
miss
gave it
stuff
away?
is just... Hold. Can I... 1 second,
Was it the 12
Jake?
runs? Was it
Yeah.
the 12 runs?
11 earned
11,
runs.
sorry, excuse me.
15 and a half.
It was the worst start in Red Sox history. Did you guys see that today?
Really?
That's
based on length of start and the amount of earned
like
runs.
game
the ERA
score?
number from that start.
Yeah.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah, I think so. That was
So
that was the
yeah,
Globe
is that
headline I
true?
saw on the
Red Sox
timeline.
history?
Yeah, I'll pull up the Globe article.
That's
That's
not
awesome.
great.
So this is really take in how much baseball has been in Red Sox history.
The last time you made this point, Rafael Devers
this
fucking
year
went on a tear.
This
right?
year,
Yeah.
that's how fucking fucked up this team is. Oh.
Whoa, I didn't know this. Well, you're telling me now for the first time. The second line in this Globe article is the 28-year-old right-hander is 1-6 with a 5.38 ERA and 15 starts going back to the All-Star break last year.
Yeah, that might.
Like I knew the second half wasn't as strong as the first half. I don't think I realized it was that bad.
This
we're
is
gonna
not
need
to say that
we're gonna
all
need
of his
that IL
swing and
stint.
Yeah, maybe. But this is not to
Soon.
say that all of his swing and miss stuff is just gone forever, but he needs that to succeed. He's not missing enough bats. It just is what it is. And he's getting squared up. It's loud contact all over the place, and that's been an issue for some of the guys on the team. Dick Fitz had a great start in Chicago, but before then he was giving up some loud outs. Walker Buehler is having a good night tonight, but that had been some of his trouble. It's concerning, especially when you bring it back to Houck, because if he's not missing the bats, if he's not inducing enough swing and miss, it's going to be hard for him to succeed. Not to say it's impossible, not to say that he can't get back to a bit of that old form, not even saying his all-star form, but a form where you were still being encouraged that, okay, he can initiate enough strikeouts and whatnot. Hi, Mabel, by the way.
What a world, right? That he was an all-star last year. That feels like 10 years ago. If you told me, I mean, so much has happened. So much has
lot
happened.
Do you
has happened.
guys, can I give a dramatic reading of this excerpt real quick? Because I did
course.
find the actual article now.
We love Tanner
And
Houck-rated dramatic reading.
This is actually an extremely funny little few lines. So the Sox are 8-10 and have lost 6 of their last 8 games. Defense has been bad. The offense has been bad. We've been inconsistent pitching wise, Cora said. Those are the 3 pillars of baseball, and we haven't been good.
Can I just say, sorry to interrupt you, that's such a good quote. I was laughing at that quote. We're bad at pitching, defense, and offense. That's it. I mean, there's
That's all
nothing
you can
else.
do.
Only 3 things in the grand scheme of things, right?
But so it goes on. Houck, an all-star last season, allowed a shocking 12 runs, 11 earned, over 2 1/3 innings. He struck out only 1 of the 20 batters he faced. Since 1901, no Sox pitcher had allowed as many as 11 earned earned runs in as few as 2 1/3 innings. The only one close was Doug Bird, who surrendered 11 over 2 2/3 innings against the White Sox on May 24th, 1983. Houck's first pitch of the game was hit 415 feet to left center by Yandy Diaz, and an exit velocity of 107.6 miles an hour.
That was not
a sign. It was a sign of what was to come. Not good. Come back tomorrow and figure it out, Houck said. He then repeated different versions of the same answer to 6 other questions.
Tanner Belichick over here just was saying.
Fair enough. I mean, what else can you really say? Like,
right?
Like
after the worst art in Red Sox history.
Yeah, not good, huh?
Not good.
Sorry, fellas.
Wish it went better.
I just if we can get back to initiating some more swings and misses, maybe where he could get things back on track. If not, then I try to stay optimistic, but man,
we knew there was going to be regression, regardless.
Right? But
I also think this is
I was
just a
hoping
product of the
now,
workload.
Call me an optimist. I was hoping the regression didn't mean throwing the worst start in Red Sox history.
Yeah. hand up.
I would have liked find maybe a happy
Completely
medium
opposite end.
somewhere in the middle. Maybe.
I will say though, to actually try to keep things optimistic before we go to the break. The offense, while the timely hitting has not been up to snuff, while the strikeouts in that regard have been maddening. I mean, they had a stretch this week where I think it was like 5, maybe 6 straight games they had double-digit strikeouts against. Like that can't happen. That's a bad. That's
the thing.
That's bad.
The thing that makes the strikeout, like the Dodgers also strike out a lot.
But they have power to go with it.
Yeah, they hit
Correct.
home runs. Like
Correct.
you can't do neither, or you
Right,
can't.
and
you have to do one thing if doing the other.
right, and I saw you mention that on Twitter, Jake, and it got my gears thinking, and I do agree with that. Like, you have to have the power output to go with it. For the Brushback article this week on Over the Monster, read, subscribe. You look under the hood so far, small sample size. The Red Sox's approach at the plate, while it's maddening right now, all the strikeouts and all that shit, the general approach when you look at when they're deciding to swing, what they're swinging at, it's about in line with what we saw last year. And last year, the offense was not the problem with the team. That was the farthest thing from it. I'm not saying that they were gangbusters on offense, but at the end of the year, after 162, they had a pretty solid offense, top 10 in a bunch of categories, counting in rate-based. So if the same swing decisions are...
Seventh highest OPS.
There you go, right? If the same swing decisions are generally there, maybe teams are making different adjustments to it, and then the Red Sox in turn make their own adjustments. I'm not hitting the panic button on the offense just yet, because I don't think, ask yourself this, I don't think that this is who Jarren Duran is now. I'm not saying he's going to be a 10-WAR player for the rest of his career, but he's off to a little bit of a slower start, but I don't think that's who he is. I think Devers is getting the cobwebs off. He's started to put it together at the plate. I don't think this is who Tristan Casas is. He's been a slow starter before, and he still has a career like 120 OPS plus. I don't think that's who he is. I think Bregman can still be a doubles machine. He's had a good start to the year. All that is to say, Liam, in my opinion, this stretch that we've seen over the past week or so at the plate where you're putting up 1 run, 2 run, maybe 3 runs for the most part, I don't want to tempt fate and say it's as bad as it's going to get, but this is what the floor sort of looks like, and it's a bad floor, especially with the strikeouts and without the power. But I don't think this is just who they are now.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm sifting through like team offensive stats, and I mean, Fitz, you're right. I don't believe these are who these guys are. I think stats put it out today. Like Casas' bat speed is still one of the best in the league. He's
right.
just
I'm not worried about him. I'm not.
Liam, to be fair, that is an important part of hitting.
I mean, yeah. No, I agree.
He's just missing the ball. Well.
But it's just like these small margins, though. And I don't believe it's going to happen all year. But like, here's the thing. To Jake's point with the home runs, we're 23rd in ABs per home run. We are, in terms of slugging, 15th in the league.
Not good enough
The
for a team that
strikeout-
plays half of their games at Fenway.
Right, and I mean, hey, we've only had one homestand. So
Sure.
to
But
fit
I'm just saying,
your
if
point,
that were
you're
to
like,
continue, but I don't think it will
miserable.
necessarily. I
You're
think
right,
it will
that's
get
what I'm
better.
saying. The strikeouts to me is the biggest one because how do you have 20 more strikeouts as a team than the next closest, the Colorado Rockies?
That's an issue. I agree.
I mean,
That's
this doesn't account tonight's game. I haven't looked at the box score, but going into tonight, Tuesday night's game, 187 strikeouts as a team. The Rockies are the next closest at 169. That's putrid. And how do we have 20 errors already? How do we have 20 errors?
I
The
have no
Pirates
answer
with
for you.
16. I'm like, where do they come from? It was just all of a sudden the defense imploded. So I don't know. It's just maddening. And to me, and Gordo, we love Gordo. He put it out last night. He was like, I feel like this is 2011. And it is giving me those same vibes because
famously a really, really good year.
With season that went really well. I mean, I will say, side note.
I mean, it did.
For 4 out of 6 months, it went unbelievably well. Just don't ask me about those
June
other
through
two.
August, that's the best Red Sox team I've ever seen. Better than 2018. June through August, the 2011 Red Sox.
I'm
Juggernaut.
not sure I agree with that.
Juggernaut.
They were so fucking good for that stretch.
They were so good.
It just bookended it by being the worst team I've ever seen.
in April
all.
and September.
Yeah.
But no, it looked like we went into the 2011 season with all these high hopes. Like, hey, I think it was the Boston Herald, greatest team ever. And then it looked like they had never played baseball before for the first month and a half of the season. And really, like, it was those first 14 to 15 days of the season where you're like, who the fuck are these guys? So I was having PTSD, and I'm happy other people were noticing that. But that is to say, silver lining, the 2011 Red Sox did play good baseball for.
Hey,
would
have made the playoffs. We made the playoffs the next year.
Right?
Right? Or the year after the next.
Technically, you would take a 2011 Red Sox season right now because you'd be in the
90
dance.
wins.
Yeah.
90 wins.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe it was 89.
I mean,
That was 90.
I predicted
it was
92
90.
to win the division. So, like,
Hey,
you know
you're
what I
in the
mean?
playoffs.
So here's where I'm at.
Just don't lose
As
20
bad
games.
as bad as everything is, I think most of it is fixable.
Yes.
But the pitching staff, I'm like legitimately extremely concerned about.
I am scared. I'm trying to check in on Bueller.
I mean, let's
He's
walk through
going
it.
through sick.
Let's walk through
I
it.
need another encouraging outing for Bueller tonight to feel okay. Because if Houck is cooked right now and it looks like he is, it's Garrett Crochet and Fitzy Melpena out.
Correct.
I keep getting these strays.
Here's where we're at.
What did I do?
Here's
Do
where
I
we're
owe
at.
you money or something? What's the deal? I keep getting these strays, Fantasy.
Here's where we're at. It's Garrett Crochet. He's your one. Newsflash. Thanks. After that, I mean, you're gonna roll with Bayo. I mean, as much as you can. He's gonna have to shoulder a hell of a load when he gets back.
Breggy Homer. Breggy Homer.
Shit! Whoa!
I hear what you mean there, Jake. Not to cut you off with the Bregman Homer, but it's your job here. The Houck thing is concerning. Even after the encouraging start, the one before this past one, it feels like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, or 11 steps back, if you want to put it that way with the earned runs.
Okay, I'm back now.
There you go.
Okay, Crochet. So Bayo's gonna have to shoulder a lot when he gets back. Giolito, presume the same. Bueller, I really cannot get a read. I'm curious. I'd like to see kind of how his stuff is playing tonight. Do they even have StatCast at this fucking park?
The Homer's under review.
They do. I've got a second. Oh, are you fucking serious? What?
Maybe fan interference potentially.
So Bueller, Jay's out, but then after that, I mean, I think you're gonna.
What are you doing, dude?
Over?
Oh, it kind of looked like he did. Yeah.
I'm like 10 seconds behind.
It's fine. We're up 4. It's okay. I'm keeping the tweet up. I think you got to start. I mean, Dobbins. I liked what I saw out of Dobbins. I did. I don't want Newcomb to start another game. Personally, I think that. Where are we on him?
I think we've seen enough.
I think he kind of stinks. With all due respect.
God bless him.
Fitz, it seemed like isn't that fucked up? I guess I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, it sounded like a very minor strain.
Minimum stint, hopefully.
So maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But then, I mean, Listen, you know who I'm noticing? James Rohan down in Worcester has kind of been disgusting. He's striking out like 1.5 guys an inning. He looks good. I'd like to see him get a start if we need a warm body.
So you did do the Saving Pregnant Brian one.
I did. I just did it.
Jake. We mentioned that. I tried to dance around it. I didn't want to spoil it when we were interviewing Tyler, but that's what I was mentioning.
Was it confirmed?
Yeah, confirmed pregnant. It was a homer. Yep.
Oh, great. Okay.
So no, I hear, and I mentioned it after the Priester trade that was an endorsement of the Red Sox's organizational depth for pitching. An endorsement from Breslow by trading away Priester. Now that depth, it could be tested within the next however many weeks. So we'll see if that pays off. I still
actually,
think that
having just
Priester
talked
deal,
through that, I'm actually less dooming. Like the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Sometimes
This next little stretch actually could get like you just can't dig a hole too big these next like 2 weeks.
Right.
Once Bayo and Giolito come back, that's at least innings that like competent major league starters are going to be throwing. But you have to get there. Like you cannot. That's still a little bit away. You can't be going like 2-5 over the next week again.
Here's the good thing. The AL is
dog
stinks. I said this all offseason.
The Tigers are the best team in the regular league. They got four. They're 4 games over. The next closest team, like the Angels, at 3 over.
Yeah,
Angels.
Look at the NL. There's like 5 teams that are 6 games over already.
Yeah, and listen, if we win this game tonight, Tuesday, we'll be what, 9-10? Is that acceptable? 8? No, I think we're 8-10 right now.
No, we're 7-10 right. No,
we're 8-10 right now.
What?
Yeah, we're 8-10.
Yeah, we'd be 9-10 with this game if we can not blow a 7-2 lead.
7-10.
Top of the 7th one out.
We get back to 500 Wednesday. You take the next 2. We get the White Sox again. Marathon
is 9-10 acceptable?
Split with the White Sox, I guess.
Yeah, right.
That's a tough team. That's a tough team down there.
Chase Mydroth is going to hit 4 home runs in a game next.
It's not acceptable, but I understand that Red Sox Nation is, prone to mood swings and whatnot. You would think that the team has only won 4 games so far. I think it's these issues that we've seen for the most part. I think can be solved. Adjustments can be made. I do think that the strikeouts in general are concerning, especially if there's not enough power. But I don't think that this team is going to be striking out at the rate that they have been for the entire year. When you extrapolate it to 162, I don't think it's going to be nearly this bad with the strikeouts. I don't.
It's probably nothing. I'm probably looking into it too.
Probably just another drill.
Just because the approach has been ugly. Do you guys remember in Florida when Jim Rice and like a staffer got into a disagreement over?
Yeah. Oh, Driveline. Are we talking Driveline?
Was that what it was? Like Jim Rice didn't agree with what Driveline was telling a certain player to do. I need to look into this story again because I'm curious.
My dad was not happy about that. He was like, "You should listen to Jim Rice." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good point." But
yeah, So I'll look into that. I'll get back to everybody next week.
I've been seeing some Driveline conspiracies on my timeline these couple days. Like, are they ruining our baseball team? Kind of. I mean,
what part of Red Sox Twitter? I have not seen those.
I haven't seen that either.
I'm on Dark Sox Twitter.
Infowars Sox.
Infowars.tv.
The globalists over at Driveline Baseball are ruining the great American baseball team.
That's pretty good, Vince. That's pretty good.
Vince, we got something here.
I want him. God damn them at Driveline.
You'll never win.
Those damn globalists.
What's the clip of him on the crosswalk? Like, hey, you over there.
Yeah, get over here. I'll beat your ass. You're an intellectual dumbass. And I'm coming. You'll never defeat the human spirit. You'll never defeat God. I don't like to put the chemicals in the bats that turn Tristan Casas swinging and missing.
I gotta find another reason to tweet that picture of him on Rogan where he's like this. Like, that's the funniest fucking image of him.
Might be your finest work.
My heart's big. It's got hot blood going through it fast. I know way too many Alex Jones clips off the top of my head. I'm not going to beat the allegations.
That was good.
God damn. I can't keep doing that. I'm going to fucking blow my voice out. Why don't we give it a break there? Why don't we take a quick break?
God damn them!
Time to send it down to Heidi.
Let's take a quick break. When we return, our interview with Tyler, the Red Sox sign guy. It's a great interview. You're gonna be loving it. Back after this.
God damn them!
There it is. Thank you, Botsy. Fitz, that's an incredible.
good.
I didn't think it was that great.
Yeah, Fitz, that's pretty good, dude.
I mean,
you
I
workshop
thought that came
one?
out of nowhere.
You
That was
workshop
good.
that, Fitz?
John Anderson and I, when we used to do our podcast, like in the UMass days, we would like do like riffs like that.
Jones bits.
There's definitely a better pun for like InfoWars. We got to work on this. Info wins above replacement.
Info, yeah,
That was
info
the
war,
one
yeah.
Yeah.
in Sox font.
Info scores.
God damn them. Yeah, we'll have to talk to our friend Jared at Preggy for Breggy. Breaks fucking kneecaps. He tries to steal that from us.
Yeah, then live streaming tonight too. Get out of here. Get out of here. Who you think you are?
Jared, I'll kill you. Okay? If he so help me God if he tweets a pregnant cartoon character.
All right, want to be back? Do Netflix and pot off.
I have nothing to fucking say about the Netflix show.
Well,
Yeah, me neither. I haven't finished.
Boring. Sorry.
well, then I gotta go, keep that same energy because it's a good bit.
All right.
Peek behind the curtain for the YouTube chat here.
So help me God if the Bruins fucking win tonight, dude. I'm gonna have such a crash out.
All right, back in 5 seconds.
Dog shit season. You drop from 4th to fucking 7th if you win. Fuck.
Can we?
Sorry.
I gotta change the time code again because
Okay, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
it's okay. It's fine.
Send no biting. Send no
Please,
biting.
please credit PL.
No biting. Okay. 5 seconds. We would like to thank Tyler, a.k.a. the Red Sox sign guy, once again for being generous with his time, talking with us about his process of making these signs. If you see him in the park with the signs, I mean, he's going to be pretty easy to spot. It's the guy with the
Fenway
really
staple.
creative, cool sign at Fenway Park. Give him a shout-out. He absolutely deserves it. Give us a shout-out on Twitter as well.
Make the Preggy for Breggy sign.
Yes, we need the Preggy for Breggy. Give us the shout-out on Twitter as well. The show is at Pod on Lansdowne. I am at Fitzy Mopena. Jake is at Jake Wallinger. Liam is at Liam Fennessy _ Liam, do you have anything to mention about the Netflix show?
Guys, I got to be honest, because the last week of Red Sox baseball gave me so much 2024 PTSD.
You did mention that earlier.
I had a great master plan to, well, obviously, there was a lot going on at work last week, so I didn't really have time. And one, the Red Sox were also playing at night, so that would have been time I would have used for the Netflix show. But I had a great plan to hold the Netflix series off to the weekend, start it Friday night after the Sox game. Then they lose 11-1 to the White Sox. Fellas, I'm only human.
Watch more.
I'm only human. I was not in the mood to watch more Red Sox after that. So I'm only halfway through. That long story short.
It's okay. I'm only 3 episodes through.
So I mean, I loved the first episode. Got me fired up. I feel like the sneak peek, like there's been a lot of Breslow content, which I like because I feel like I don't really see much of him outside of these structured media pressers. So that's been cool. I really like, it feels like the guys dig Andrew Bailey, at least from what I've seen. So I don't know, all around, like pretty cool peek behind the curtain. I'm excited to finish it.
Yeah.
I can't promise when that'll happen, but it will happen. But I don't know. Jake, have you watched the whole thing?
I think I've watched about half. Sorry, it's doing nothing for me. Almost nothing.
Not even a little thing?
There's a lot of focus on Cora and the Astros, which I'm kind of like, Did he ask to put that in there? 'Cause
I just,
feel like
you know,
they highlight it like once an
like-
episode.
There's little things that are interesting. Like obviously the Duran stuff is interesting.
which
but
we mentioned last week.
this is an issue that I guess this is a modern sort of issue with things, but like a lot of the really interesting stuff has been aggregated on Twitter and columns have been written about
Like the Duran
the
Costas
really
car
interesting
thing.
stuff. So it's like I don't like I'm fine, I guess. And also I know people were kind of people saying like they sort of chose to focus on specific players or like specific events instead of just like chronicling the season like A to B. But even so, it does affect it negatively that the season ended up just being like bleh. Like it's just a nothing sort of season for the Red Sox. What'd they finish? 82
81
and
and 81,
80?
baby.
I mean, it was the
Oh, we were
500
500. Oh, that's right. It was
500
that's right.
baby.
We weren't 78 and 84. That's what it was.
Pure mid.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just flat a little for me. It's a shame.
There's way too much game footage.
I know who cares.
At least
like
like three
I
episodes
watched
in.
them. I watched
Right,
them.
like, I was there. I was there.
I lived it. You know the end of Miracle. Let's go. Herb never got to see the movie. He lived it.
I was there. I was there for the 24 Red Sox.
It's just
So, yeah,
doesn't,
it
it
kinda like-
doesn't hold me, which is a shame. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, good for them.
I will say, I mean, for as much game footage as there is, I did enjoy the bit where they just keep running on Trevino last year, and they set the franchise right. Like that was fun. But otherwise,
I forgot that Bobby got a steal in there, right?
Yeah, Bobby and
I
Dom,
forgot that
and then
Bobby
it was like
was,
Duran and
You know what
Plays
is
on the bases
interesting?
there.
The behind the scenes footage, like the random like 25th, 26th men on the rock. It's like seeing ghosts. You know, like when they'll show Pablo, and I'll be like, oh my god, Emmanuel Valdez. Bobby, and it's like, oh my
Mr.
god, it's
Pigman.
like, it really,
you were
yeah, it
dead.
really is. It's like seeing a dead relative in pictures. It's like, oh my god, I forgot about you.
Brad Anderson. Like,
Yeah.
Boozer stuff brought
The
an
Boozer
actual
stuff
tear to my
was
eye.
great.
Like
Yeah,
with his
big
family
time.
coming on the field after the debut, that did make me shed a tear. I will say that. And again, I only got 3 episodes in. We were getting ready to. It was either Friday or Saturday night. Missy Mo and I were looking for something to watch, and the Clubhouse popped up, and she goes, "Oh, that's the new Red Sox documentary." She goes, "You're supposed to watch that for the pod, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And we just kind of keep looking at each other. 20 seconds later, we restarted Arrested Development. So that's we banged out like 5 of those episodes. What a show! The amount of quotes that are in like the first 2 or 3 episodes of Arrested Development. I forgot
pack 'em
how
in, man.
early some
They
of those.
pack 'em
Like
in.
the dead dove do not eat bit is in the 2nd episode. I was like, I thought that was a little bit later. But I got 3 in. One of the things that some other Red Sox podcasts, some guy like Jared Carabas, his name, and Coley Mike or some number in the name. I can't remember the name of the show. But they had mentioned a couple of times before it debuted.
Good for that. It's awesome. It's cool to see guys like starting podcasts. So good for that.
Yeah,
That's
good.
cool.
I hope they make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, maybe they can come on the pod. We'll give them.
Yeah,
we'll give them a little.
a group to watch. Keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, right. Well, one under the radar, a hipster show by the name of Section 10. They had mentioned a couple of times before it debuted that however you feel about Tristan Casas, one way or the other, basically your feeling about him will be intensified. It will grow that much stronger one way or the other after viewing this documentary. And again, I'm only 3 episodes in, so I can only speak on that. I don't feel any different than him one way or the other. Like
I mean,
still
I
like
don't have a huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I don't
what
have
I-
a
it's
huge
what I
stick
expected.
up my ass, so I like
right.
him.
Yeah.
What I expected. We
Yeah.
knew the moment this was announced, he was going to be the star.
Seth in the YouTube chat, Jake, I love all my socks equally. Cut. I don't care for Kenley.
Yeah, I
The
tweeted.
Arrested Development.
I tweeted that I tweeted as a joke, but actually would have been. The documentary with hindsight would almost be more interesting. Like they play things like you don't.
Retrospective.
Yeah, like they play things like you don't know what happens next, but you do. If you're watching this,
Also-
I'm literally certain you watched most of the Red Sox game. Like no normal person is locking in for this documentary.
Especially with the season already underway. Like,
Yeah,
that's part of the
I
reason
think
didn't
plenty
watch
of
it last
people
week.
have
I'm
locked
like,
in
the
for it.
Red-
I think a lot
the
of
Red Sox
people
are-
have locked in and watched
I mean,
it.
the Red
Regular
Sox
people?
here-
Oh, I thought you were talking about regular Red Sox fans.
No, I'm saying
No,
like
just-
Reds, like no like half-assed Sox fan is watching this.
Maybe.
All right,
I guess.
all right,
Yeah.
all right, Fitz. I don't know.
I
But
lean,
what I
I
was
lean
saying,
towards that sentiment, Jake.
thank you. I tweeted that it would really lend itself to a Ron Howard style Arrested Development narration. For example, there was a part in episode 1 or episode 2 where Sean McAdams like, I think Trevor Story's going to have a huge year for the Boston Red Sox. And then, you could do Ron Howard. Trevor played 26 games for the Red Sox in 2024.
Keep going with that bit. I have something to intensify.
There was also
we got something here.
There was also like I think Dave O'Brien. There was some audio of Dave O'Brien for the first homestand. He's like, and these Sox, they're looking to prove people wrong. And he go, they did not. Like it's just like every big like platitude they're throwing out in the beginning. There's just nothing. Nothing. Last year was not exciting in any real way. I mean, what
It was
the
literally just like those 3 weeks in June. Like,
yeah.
Oh shit! It took the series from the Phils and the Yankees back to back.
Yeah.
That was kind of it, man.
All right, Fitz, what do you got here? Talk to me.
Jaron Duran stepped up to the plate when he heard one heckler yell behind him. He then turned to the spectator, and then it goes to the white screen. It says footage not found.
It was good. It was good, Pat.
We could make
Also, I gotta say, the guy, when we were at Fenway Fest, and the director was like, "Yeah, we blew a third of our budget on spring training." Folks, he wasn't lying. The fact that
That's
we're
like
in
the
episode
drill.
2,
That's the drill
Like-
tweet. Like, how do I budget this? My family is starving.
like why? Like, how do you blow a third of the budget on spring training? And the fact that we're like episode 2, the season's already underway. They did that little montage at the end of episode 1. We're like, oh, here they're coming home after the 10-game road trip. And then they start the episode back in spring training. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. So I thought it was very evident that, I mean, he wasn't lying to us, which was nice. But I'm kind of disappointed we were the guinea pigs. I would have rather have been like the second or third team that they do the docuseries for, but alas.
It was at that moment that Reese McGuire realized he was not in privacy, but in fact was spotted in public at a Dollar Tree parking lot. We could riff about that for a while. Just the Arrested Development Red Sox.
That's good stuff. That's good. That's good, clean fun.
Not for Reese, it was. It wasn't clean. That's the whole point. Anyways. Now I'll finish the series at some point.
Ow!
Ow! Pod off Lansdowne time. We're at like an hour and a half right now.
I guess I don't have much this week, frankly.
Oh, Jake, you finished the pit, right?
Of course.
Yeah. God, what a show. What a show.
Yeah. What a program. I can't wait for season 2.
I need more woke and DEI.
Yes, we love wokeness and DEI on this program.
Gentlemen, to DEI and wokeness.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I love the pit. Great program. I'm happy to see it shine. What I saw every episode did better than the last ratings.
Oh, that's good.
Listen, people love wokeness
got
and
pit
DEI.
fever.
Pit
That's
fe-
right,
They have
they got
woke
fever.
fever. They have DEI fever. I have Dr. Mohan fever. I'll say that.
Well,
Slow-mo. That's lover. Who's your favorite? I'm a Jim Abbott and a Dr. Mohan. Those are my 1 and 2.
mine's definitely Abbott, and then, oh God, what's her name? The blonde girl.
Dana?
Glasses. No. Well, Dana actually is awesome. I love Dana. So I'll go Abbott, Dana, and then
What
the blonde.
girl?
Did you say his
Blonde
name was
girl?
the character's name is Jim Abbott?
yeah,
It's
Doctor.
impressive
maybe-
how
no, it might
it's
be- it might
impressive
be
how he's able to be a
John
doctor
Abbott.
with just the one hand.
Wait, is it Jim Abbott or is it John? Oh, it's Jack Abbott. Excuse me.
Oh, I was gonna say Jim Abbott is the baseball pitcher.
Yes, yes, he is. Liam, who are you talking about? Blonde with glasses. That's not a character.
Melissa.
Oh, she's not blonde, but okay.
100% blonde. What are you talking about?
Dr. Mel King?
Yeah.
You're fucking shot, dude.
What are you talking about? I'm looking at it right
Blonde?
now.
No, that hair that's more brown than blonde.
Fitz, you got to look this girl up.
Yeah, Fitz, throw me a bone.
I'm probably not gonna look that girl up.
We need a
but
split. She's also
Fitz,
an Nepo
Brian,
baby,
Fitz,
right?
fine, what's
it's Bryan Cranston's daughter.
That was it.
Okay,
yeah.
what's her name? What and
Melissa King on the Pit.
Melissa King, the Pit. So what about her? What am I looking for?
What color
See,
is her
we-
hair?
we
What
got
color is
people
that
in the
young
chat.
lady's hair? It's not blonde.
She
That's not what
is-
blonde is.
It's like a dirty blonde.
You guys are. What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you
color's
think
my
it
hair,
is?
Then?
You two do not have the same. Your hair is lighter than hers.
What hair do you think? I mean, some of the pictures look red.
Oh, that's not.
Whoa.
She doesn't have red hair.
Well, some of them do. I don't know.
I
what
would
the fuck
say.
you're talking
I
about.
would say she
strawberry
has.
blonde.
She has very light brown hair. She has very very light brown hair.
Should I get a woman's opinion on this? Should I get Missy
Fuck that. I'm
Bopena?
sick of this. I'm sick
We
of
got,
this
we got
shit.
Emily. We got Emily in the chat saying she's most definitely
Sophie!
blonde.
What color hair is Dr. Melissa
Fine.
King?
I gotta get Missy Mo on this.
What color hair does Mel
What's
have?
her name? Melissa
on the Pit?
King? Yes, sir. I don't have my headphones on. Melissa
Dr.
King.
Melissa King. The Pit.
Light brown. Sophie says light brown. Thank you, Sophie.
You guys are
Liam said she's
crazy.
blonde. I said, fuck you, Liam, you stupid idiot.
I'm looking at it right now. We got the same damn hair.
You do not have the same hair. No, you don't.
Maybe
Mine
Liam's
is not, like,
natural hair color is
violently
more bleaching
blonde.
in it.
You're in the dark. You need light.
Even that though.
That's
Mel-
blonder.
this is
No,
Melissa-
that's
this is
blonder
Melissa
than her
King
hair.
right
Liam.
here. This is Mel right here.
Mel,
No,
right there.
Yeah, and everyone knows.
I
that.
just
All right,
need
we got the women. Women.
Say hi to Marshall.
And Marshall
So
and
I'm gonna
Miles.
show you a picture. Say hi to everyone. I'm gonna show you a picture of this lady on the show The Pit. Her name is Melissa King.
This
That's the
lady.
character's name. In just one word, I need you to tell me what color her hair is. Okay?
Well, that could be 2 words. I mean, you can use a descriptor. But yeah.
That's mad.
She says
Sweet man.
blonde.
Marshall.
Thank you.
Who's
She's a
mad?
blonde. There you go.
Alex!
Missy Mopania said blonde. Missy Mopania is correct, and Marshall would have said blonde as well. Thank you. Appreciate it.
There we go. We have a winner. I don't know if we do.
Liam, bring out the smiley flash.
There you have it. It's blonde. Hi, Sophie. What did you say?
Who was my high school hockey coach?
Oh, what did I miss that entire time? I didn't have my headphones on that entire last
Look
3
at
minutes or so.
Smiley. Are you alarmed?
She knows Smiley. She plays with her own Smiley. She knows who that is.
Maybe do you see? Oh well, now you do you see?
Did Mabel see Marshall?
Yes, she did.
She has the 1,000-yard stare.
Marshall did not want to be held up. That's okay though. We love the smiley push. It makes a loud thud after you soak it in.
So
He's,
good.
still, he's still damp, actually.
Man.
Well,
So,
that was
yeah,
pet talk. That was
We
was
lost
pit
every
talk.
single listener during that time, except
Yeah.
the true perverts going through that. I can't imagine. I can't wait to go back and listen to how clunky that. I wouldn't have it any other way. But
That's the POL difference.
and listen, if Missy Mo says it's blonde, her rule, her word stands as far as I'm concerned.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
That's right. You've been playing Marvel Rivals because that's the
Is that,
Punisher's
is that a
ult.
Marvel Rivals reference?
Yes,
Do you
the Punisher's
play Mar-
ult. He goes
Judge, jury, executioner.
I've been thinking of
Who's
getting into
playing
Marvel.
that?
dude. It's been popping
Liam,
off.
it's
free to play.
huge, brother. It's huge.
What? big deal.
Is this a cultural blind spot?
Yeah, this is old man Liam. Old man Liam coming in.
Jake,
here.
Jake, if
I
you
didn't know-
get on,
I didn't know it was that
I will.
hot.
I will play with you.
Is it
All
like a
right.
mobile game?
It's
no, it's like
console.
Fortnite. It's like Fortnite, Liam.
Oh,
No,
I
it's
didn't
like
know that.
Overwatch.
Overwatch,
I think
yeah. It's a what do they call it? A hero fighter?
Hero shooter, hero fighter,
Hero
one
shooter.
of those. I don't know.
I think I just kept seeing it on Twitter and assumed it was a mobile ad.
It's a very fun game. I use Iron Man for the most part. I'm an Iron Man main.
Maximum pulse.
And then he shoots a big old fucking pulse cannon and fuck shit up. It's great. Basically just a flying, I'm an AC-130, but in superhero form. It's great. You can just play Back in Black by AC/DC in your head while you're flying around. Jarvis, make it move a little bit. Jarvis, obliterate this family of 4.
Jarvis, make her 9 feet tall. Have you guys seen those TikToks?
Jarvis, creases Jordans. Oh, man.
We got over here. Bottom 8, we're up 7-2. I feel all right.
This is a nice night. This is a fine evening. We're falling off the wheels are falling off the rails. Hey, look, I don't think you're going to get a 2-hour
100%.
episode this time around, folks, but it is what it is.
We did
I
our
think
best.
we
We
did
did
really
well.
It for the fellas. I think that's it for the fellas.
That's all we got.
Yes, no,
about-
maybe so.
song
Liam,
of the
oh my
week.
god. The difference between disinterested and uninterested, I looked it up.
Oh, yeah. What do we got?
Uninterested is what it means. It's like you're not interested in something. Disinterested means that you are impartial and non-biased.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah, I'm happy I made that correction.
Makes you think. Song of the week, gents.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What have I been listening to?
You guys, I
you got
ask
one
it every
ready?
week. Liam, you sounded surprised. I ask
I
you
always get surprised.
every time. This is not surprising.
Ready or Not by Bridget Mendler.
Okay.
Oh, Take You There, Sean Kingston.
Shawty,
Blake
I can
Sable's-
take you there.
Walk-up song. It's fire.
The day you lost your innocence was the day that you found out that Sean Kingston got in a horrible jet ski accident.
I believe he's going to prison now for like tax.
He's going to
evasion.
jail?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I this actually rings a little bit of a bell now that you mention it.
Yeah. Lord carry him now. The emoji is.
You forgetting
Is there
someone?
a jet ski? Is there a jet ski emoji?
Emoji of the week. How about a wave?
Okay, wave works.
How about a wave? Song of the week for me, the live version, Christy, from Still at Their Very Best. Still at Their Very Best is the album. Happiness by the 1975. It's my most toxic trait that I like the 1975. I think I've mentioned that on the
Me
show
too,
before.
Fitz. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Fitz, don't even trip.
Still in there.
That's
I still drink
listen.
that.
I
still drink
can't be
that garbage.
perfect. I like their music. Sue me. So yeah, that song of the week. That's emoji of the week, and I think that's the episode for this week, gentlemen.
I think so too, Fitz. I think so too.
It's a good.
That's all I
episode.
got. That's all I got. We got marathon weekend next time we record.
That's right. Yep, I'll be seeing Liam at Fenway on Sunday. That's going to be
That's
lovely.
right.
If you're going to the marathon, enjoy. Don't black out in the middle of the sun. If you're going to be drinking, do so responsibly.
The weather's supposed to be nice.
Lovely
Fingers
day.
crossed.
It is a great day. It is a great day in the city. It's city of tradition for a reason. Should be fun. And if you're taking part in those festivities, if you're running, or if you know someone if you know someone running, good luck to you or to them. But yeah, that's all we got for this edition of the program. We appreciate you taking the time to listen. We appreciate you joining in on the YouTube chat. And we appreciate Tyler, the sign guy, the Red Sox sign guy, for coming on to the show this week. So, for Jake, for Liam, for Sophie, for Mabel, for Smiley, for Missy Mopena, for Marshall, for Melissa King, for sign guy,
Oh, shut up now.
for DEI, for wokeness. I'm Fitz, you're you. We'll talk to you next week. Go Sox, and obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
Obey your mother.